Good morning, everyone. Today, wow, I only just started and I'm very messed up. Good morning, everyone, and good evening. Today's joining me is PA Nightmares.
Good morning, everyone. How you guys doing today?
Apparently, I can't even speak. This is a great start.
I guarantee I just sound like I woke up because I just did.
That's a side effect of just waking up.
It is. Also, it's a side effect of not actually sleeping right for 3 days and finally getting a good night's sleep. All you want to do is sleep more.
Yes. So we have Amateur joining us, Miss Creepy Tales, and Lady Spooktaria, which I'm always going to say that wrong, and if I did, I'm sorry. But we have 7 people watching, so I'm not sure who else is here.
What's up, Amateur MCT? Hey, lady, how you doing? Sorry, I'm making caffeine water currently.
Water made out of caffeine. It's the newest crave.
It's grape water. It's tasty as hell, but it's also got each little packet that I put in there has enough caffeine to equal 2 cups of coffee, and I just put 4 packets in a gallon of water.
Jeez. Oh yeah.
And I guarantee most of that will be gone before the end of this stream.
I'm just drinking tea.
What kind of tea?
Orange Pico.
Ooh, that sounds good.
I'm good. How about you, lady? Oh, and she's going to be heading to bed soon, apparently.
I am a simple person when it comes to tea. I like green tea with honey.
I like green tea too. We don't have any in the house, and I find that it's really easy to oversteep it. So because Orange Pico I can drink when it's oversteeped.
Yeah.
Because I have a giant pot sitting next to me, so.
So what do you got planned for the day? Anything fun?
No. Saturdays are supposed to be my off days. Though I might be working more today than I normally do because my husband has tomorrow off, so I might spend more time with him tomorrow.
That makes sense. Maximize the time you get to spend with him.
Yes. He had an extra day off this week because his knee really was hurting one day, couldn't really work, so he took it off. He just had knee surgery a while back, so if it gets really inflamed, he works flat out said, yeah, if you can't come in, just tell us. So Arachne came in. Hello, Arachne.
I was gonna say that, but the V at the end of the name threw me off, and I'm like, I think that's Arachne, but I'm not. But there's a V there, and I don't know how to pronounce that.
I think it's Arach V. I think it's how you're supposed to pronounce it, but you know, I'm only a narrator. I don't know how to read things.
Yeah, I don't English. That's just too complicated. So I've been reading this book called To Sleep in a Sea of Stars, written by the guy who did the Aragon series. I can't say that I'm enjoying the book yet because I'm literally only 1 chapter in, but it started off with, hey, this drone went down, and then there was like the scene where a guy proposed to his girlfriend, and I'm like, well, this is all that happened. I'm not enthralled yet, but his writing style has greatly improved since, Aragon, which was he released it when he was 16 years old, which still blows my mind that he was a New York Times bestseller at 16.
Yes, and his friend did all his artwork for him too.
Yeah. So his writing style has definitely improved. I am like drawn into the book. I just haven't been like enchanted yet because nothing has actually happened.
Yeah, I have a rule of about 3 chapters. If after 3 chapters you don't got me, you won't get me. Because a lot of the time I have to force myself to get through the 3 chapters. Unless it's a book I love, like Harry Dresden. Like, I pick those up, no problem trying to read them. The Dresden Files, they're awesome.
Yeah, there's a book written by the guy who did the Percy Jackson and but it's called Magnus Chase, and it's like Norse mythology. the way he wrote the Magnus Chase character, he was a snarky, like he was just very snarky and witty personality. I'm like, well, you already got me. I'm all about this character.
Well, he kind of did that with Percy Jackson too. He was a bit snarky too. So I mean, but he of course writes for younger audience. I think it's about preteens. He's writing for, but I mean, it gets a great way of getting kids more into mythology and reading. So I'm all for it, and I didn't finish the Percy Jackson series, but I really did enjoy what he did and how he brought them together and all that stuff. So I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I got most of that guy's series because he did one about the Egyptian mythology, Norse mythology, and then of course the Greek mythology. So I haven't read the Percy Jackson book yet, but I've read a lot of his stuff, and he's good. I like it, even if it is for a younger audience. It's still good and entertaining.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, he does a very good job. Yeah, I'm just really sad that they did a terrible job for the movies for Percy Jackson, because that they cut for the first book. One, they're too old, but that's fair. I mean, they're supposed to be I think he's supposed to be 12 or 13. That's really hard to find actors who are good at that age. So they bumped it up to 16. And I mean, even the actor wasn't 16 at the time. They were older than that too. And so that's fine, but then they cut a bunch of stuff out, added a few things. And now that I've learned more about Greek mythology, I'm like part of me cringes when I watch it. And some of the stuff that they got for the writing of it, I kind of cringe at too. Like Pan being dead is actually a wrong translation. They're pretty sure instead of the way it can be, so Pan in Greek is also a title.
Yeah.
So it's either they're saying the guy's name, the Pan the god is dead, or they're saying the guy is dead. And they're pretty sure it's actually because it was a cult, the guy's name, I can't remember it. He had died. He was, I think, Heracles' lover, if I remember correctly, is the name. So, don't hold me all to this. I can only remember bits and pieces, but basically, it's pretty sure it's not that they were saying that the god was dead. They were saying that this guy was dead.
Huh.
Because no one stopped worshiping Pan. That never stopped. None of that happened. So it's like, okay, how is this god dead? It's not. It was probably this cult worshiping this guy, and he had died.
Okay, lady, you have a good sleep. Love you.
Have a good night. This is why I said good evening, because I know two of you are. I mean, for Miss Creepy Tales, it's 9 o'clock at night for her.
Good evening.
And then Lady lives even for later, so it's probably 10 or 11 where she is.
Hey, what's up, King? Good morning.
King! Good morning! I'm actually surprised Raven's not here yet, unless he's one of the people hiding in the chateaus.
King Kennedy Hill said late Spicaria, and I'm just my brain was like later tater.
I was watching a meme thing yesterday. Completely made me think of Lady Victoria. Was when you forget to feed your girlfriend and this woman's on the wall and she just yells chicken nuggets, and I'm like, I have to find that and give it to Lady Victoria.
Oh,
Here
God.
you go. When no one brings the chicken nuggies. I have no clue where that joke came from, but I love it.
I just remember there's a TikTok that I saw. It's like, it wasn't just around chicken nuggets, but it was like, before you feed your girlfriend, and she was on the wall, and then he threw the food at her, and he hid under the blanket, and then she she ate it, and then she looked all normal and pretty and everything, and she's like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, she's like, "What's wrong is you just looked like the chick from The Grudge for like a hot second."
Psh, no, I didn't. What are you talking about? You got me chicken nuggies. We're all good now.
Feed me. I'm gonna go call an exorcist.
We're sorry. All the lines are full.
Too many people saying "feed me." Just give your girlfriend a couple chicken nuggets every hour, and you'll be all right. Probably.
Maybe. Take care.
Bye. Not our fault.
If chicken nuggies do not work, try chocolate.
Try chocolate, right? Yeah. Exactly.
If chocolate does not work, run.
Plan to escape. Grab chicken nuggets and chocolate. Throw it to the other side of the room. Immediately get up and run while they are devouring. Lock door behind you. Get in car and drive away. Pray.
If they somehow get into the car while you're driving away, like the horror films do, we're sorry.
We're sorry. We were unable to assist you. Good luck next time.
I actually recently found out in Greek mythology, they actually had reincarnation as part of their mythology.
Huh.
So,
Neat.
if you lived a good life and got in, I think the first one's called Elysium, you could reincarnate. If you lived a good life again, you got into Elysium. If you reincarnate a third time and lived good, you went into the really good heaven, basically. Where the gods and stuff went when they died, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, I only recently found that out. I was like, huh. Interesting.
So you just gotta be a really good human being for like, 3 lifetimes, and then you get to dine with the gods.
Yeah, and hello, Silver. I think...
It's Silver.
But their definition of a good life was a bit different than what we would think of it as, anyways. Like, Heracles would have got into the good afterlife.
Yeah.
But he had killed so many things. But he killed when he killed his family, I don't count that because Hera literally put him in a blood feud. She made him go crazy, so he killed his family. And then made him go do these trials to make up for it when she's the one who did it to him. It's just like... Really, woman?
I was like, listen, crazy. You didn't do nothing wrong. You're the one that just made him gank his family.
Do you ever listen to Oversimplified Productions? I think that's what they're called.
I've never heard of them.
Oh, they're really good. They do a lot of mythology. They did one about Hades and Persephone. And it's actually because they're, her husband, Blue, the husband, they weren't originally married, but now they are. He took history and she studied mythology. So in college. So they're actually quite knowledgeable. So nice. They will really go over this stuff. So I've been learning a lot more about mythology than I knew before. So Hades is actually very young for a god, they're pretty sure. Because, so they go with, she starts with we think all these gods are good, but, Hades, or not Hades, but Zeus was a serial assaulter. But in that time that he is from, that wasn't a problem. It's a culture clash for us. So because that wasn't what the historian, that wasn't what, when they were writing about the gods, that you were supposed to take from it. When we make them modern, we normally take that out of him, and he's a serial cheater instead, because that's less bad in our world than the other thing is, because he was a serial assaulter. And because they didn't have a distinction between consent and no consent. This is not how it was. But with Hades and Persephone, Hades gets this rap for being such a terrible guy, and he's not. He kidnapped his wife, but that's because Zeus told him to.
Actually, there's in Greek mythology, there's also versions where he didn't actually kidnap his wife. He brought her into the underworld, and she chose to stay. So he told her how she could stay, and because of that, because she actually fell in love with him, and because of that, her mother decided that to raise a bitch fit essentially, and cause the world to go into what we would almost call an ice age, where nobody could grow any crops, nobody could live. So the only way they could get that to stop is if they struck a deal with Hades, where he allowed her to come up for the months we call spring into summer, and then fall into winter is when she went back to Hades with her husband, where she actually really wanted to be.
That's a reinterpretation. Like, they're not 100% sure. I'm talking about the original document.
Yeah. I was just saying that.
But,
I find that neat that there's an alternate
yes, because especially back then, there was no difference between marriage and kidnapped, because the end result was the same thing. And yes, King of Canaan held the Titans are older than the gods. So it went, hey, John. It went Gaia and I can never remember his name. He's the universe. He's the stars. They had kids, and part of those kids were Titans. And then one of the Titans brought down their dad, and then Zeus brought down his dad, Kronos.
Hey, what's up, Matt?
Morning, Matt. But what I was saying about Hades was, so one, Hades, yes, kidnapped Persephone, or she went with him willingly, but Zeus is at fault. He asked permission from the dad for a hand in marriage, because Zeus is the father of Persephone. So he went and did what he's supposed to. He told Hades, go ahead, kidnap her, because the mom's not going to allow it, which she didn't. She wanted Persephone never to get married. So he, in quotes, kidnapped her or takes her down there, and he's like the only one who, like, neither one of them ever cheat on each other. We only know that she ate a pomegranate seed, some pomegranates, but that part of the text is like missing, like it's destroyed, so we can't read it, so we can't tell if she did it willingly or if he tricked her. So that part's a bit muddy, but with the fact that neither one of them ever cheated in any way, it does lend its way to she actually wanted to be there. She didn't want to leave. Demeter basically has a tantrum, starts sulking. She goes and takes care of another baby, starts burning away the mortality to make it more godlike, gets caught, gets angry at this family that caught her burning the baby, tells them to make her a temple. She goes and sulks in the temple. Zeus is like, all the humans are dying, and we kind of need those for sacrificing us and worshiping us. I guess I need to go fix this problem.
I created another problem, and now I need to fix it.
This is the one time where, yes, it was Zeus's fault, but it wasn't because he put his penis in it.
I was just saying, 90% of all bad shit that happened in Greek mythology could have been avoided if Zeus just hadn't stuck his penis in it.
Pretty much. It's pretty bad. But at the same time, we have to remember that this was a different time. They didn't see women as humans.
Zeus didn't even care if it was a woman. He had sex with a tree.
Well, he had sex with a few things.
Yes, but he didn't care. He's just like, what? Screw it. If there's a hole, I can stick it in there.
And he turned quite a few things into animals, and Hera was quite smart. So, how many people do we have? We have 8 viewers now.
Hey, people. Hello, people. So I think I found the person you're talking to. Is it Overly Sarcastic Productions?
Yes, that's it.
Did they do a 4-part series on Hades? Jesus.
Was it a 4-part? Because it wasn't.
Yeah, because I'm seeing Hades, um, 4, Hades 3, Hades 2. So I'm assuming that's like Hades Part 4, Part 3, Part 2.
Uh, yeah, it's over. Yeah, it's Overly Sarcastic Productions. Is that
How goes the video game?
Hmm?
So how goes that video game?
Oh, I beat it.
Oh, nice.
It's that one for sure. That's the
40,
right.
42 plays video games on easy because she enjoys the story. I play video games on hard because apparently I like to. I just hate myself and I like to get murdered by like random normal enemies. I cannot tell you how many times in freaking God of War since I've started playing it again on hard that I've gotten bodied just by standard enemies.
Yeah, well, the problem with me is so I don't have much free time. So for me, it's just I want the story, I want to know it, and if I get too aggravated, I'll just put the game down and never touch it again. I've done that so many times. So I was like, so if anyone gets mad at me because I play on easy, it's like, yeah, oh, I don't even have time to play half the time. I've put down games.
I don't even have time to play on. I don't even have time to play on easy. I'm just doing it because I want to know. I want something fun to do for a change.
Yeah, I want to do something different and get the story. Like, I just finished Horizon Dawn, or no, I did. Horizon Zero Dawn, and that story was absolutely amazing. I was quite impressed with how they went with it.
Yeah, and I tried to get into that game. I was just like I would play it for a little bit to be this is really fun, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm bored again.
Because I was playing on basically story mode, it was not hard, but that game actually is supposed to be a very hard game.
What is Horizon?
Yeah, it's supposed to be very difficult. The robots are actually supposed to be a lot more difficult than they were for me. They went down super easy by the end for me. So
Yeah,
but I was like, I took like no damage, and I just wanted to get through it and like get the story. And actually the ending made me cry and yet smile at the same time.
oh,
It has one of
nice.
those kinds of endings.
Yeah.
If you have PlayStation Plus, I think
Yeah.
it's just at the edge of it. It's free. It's a free game right now.
Ah, cool. So, I was toying around the idea of playing God of War in God mode, but after experiencing hard difficulty, I'm not sure I possess the ability to play that game on God mode. I'm pretty sure I would shatter my controller before I got past like the beginning of the game.
Yeah, well, God of War's always been a bit harder.
'Cause I'm telling you, God of War like on hard, you at the beginning of the game, if you get hit like by a standard enemy twice, you dead.
Wow.
Yeah, you get bodied real quick. It's like bam, bam, dead. I'm like, but I didn't want to die yet. It's like this is Dark Souls kind of. This feels Dark Souls hard kind of, but not quite as hard. But I'm pretty sure God mode would feel like Dark Souls.
Yes.
What up, Raven?
Hello, Raven. MCT tells me that she's still here.
Raven rolls in with you did.
The nice thing about the newest God of War Silver was there wasn't as many quick time events. They pulled away from all that. When the original ones came out, that was like the hot new thing. So they totally went double down on it, and then at least with the newest one they pulled away. So, and I'm hoping they come up with another game. I mean, you haven't beat Dad of War yet, have you?
I'm not.
Okay, because
No, I haven't even gotten my freaking Blades of Chaos yet.
Hey
I
Dylan.
want to. When do you get those blades again? What's up, Dylan?
About halfway through the game.
I just got back from the Elf World. That's where I was at. That boss was a freaking pain.
Yeah, as soon as like I remember, like I watched Jacksepticeye play it for a little bit till we got the game for a really good price, and then I stopped watching Jacksepticeye. I basically was at the end by the time I stopped watching him. So I pretty much knew everything.
What's up, John?
Well, God of War wasn't the original game with QuickTime events. It was the one that capitalized on them. Yes, it definitely did. It was a lot of them. It was really fun. I only played I remember I beat the first one, and I never played the other two. I think I played 2, but I know I never ever played 3. I don't think I beat 2. But I don't really beat games. I'm really bad for that. So.
You'll never know the glory of getting to bash in Zeus's face with your bare hands.
I knew how it ended, and I knew, yeah. I kind of, in some ways, wish they had left it at God of War 1, because that story made complete sense. And then, because they were only expecting to get that game, they closed it off, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, never mind, this is actually what happens. Like, it's like, here, we gotta retcon that. It's like, oh, come on.
Only 3 was Silver's favorite of the original 3 games.
I heard it was really good, and 2 definitely led, like, if you played 2 and beat it, you definitely wanted to play 3 because it left it on a cliffhanger from what I remember. But again, I watched someone play the 3rd one and got the story, and I was happy. And that's how I, in quotes, play a lot of my games now. If I'm really into a story or a game that I know I'm never going to have the time to pick up, I'll just watch someone else play it and get the story.
Yeah. That's why I don't buy a lot of games. If there's a game that I know that I want to play, I'll buy it and I'll get around to beating it eventually. But otherwise, I just go, that looks interesting. I'll just watch some gameplay on it.
Yeah. Oh, and like I said, I just don't have time to play a lot of these games. I work a full-time job plus YouTube. It's just like I've got no time to do very much else.
Plus, you gotta make time to spend time with certain peoples.
Yes, exactly. So it's just like I gotta make sure that right now we're watching people play Resident Evil, the newest one, The Village.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch any of that until I decide if I'm gonna buy it or not. I haven't decided yet.
I personally am not going to be playing it. I do not play Resident Evil games. I will not pick up a Resident Evil game because...
Why is that?
Because the first time I ever played one, I was really little and I played the second one, and it scared me so bad.
Oh, I remember you saying that,
yeah. My bed is now on the floor at all times, so zombies can't be under my bed.
So...
I don't think Scare Labs has still put that collab up.
So, what did you read, Raven? Raven said, okay, I'm legit upset about what I read about RE8.
Resident Evil 8? I read that the story legit takes 9 hours to 100%. Only 9 hours. Wow.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised because there's a Star Wars game, Star Wars Force Unleashed 2, and that game literally took about 5 hours for you to complete the entire story mode. I was pissed.
Yeah, especially when it's a AAA game with the full price tag, and you're like, can I get more time out of this?
Exactly. It's like, can you not screw me over? You're taking, depends on what system you buy it on. You get it on the computer or the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox One, you're spending $60. You get it on the PS5 or the new Xbox, it's gonna be $70 because they up the price of the games again by another $10.
Which means it's $10 more for me. Actually, no, sorry. Those games were $80 for me. The PS4s. So you're looking at probably about $90 to $100 for me now a game. Fuck, that's so much money.
Yeah, Jesus.
I don't even know a
So
PS5
much.
though. So
Yeah, it's so much money.
they are playing them on computers because I can see the Steam thing popping up. Like I watched Jacksepticeye play it and I watched Markiplier play it. Yeah, I know. I try to support small channels, but at the same time, I actually enjoy watching Jacksepticeye play things because I find that he's actually amusing. I used to really like Mark. I'm not enjoying him as much anymore, but apparently he's stuck in Canada somewhere right now. So,
yeah, I'm with Ray, but I'm not paying $60 or $70 for a 9-hour story. Where and then he's like he put well over 60 hours in RE4 and 30 in RE2 remake. So yeah, not happening.
And RE3 was really bad. Like the remake one, they completely cheaped out on the third one. It's 96 something now. Jeez.
Yeah. See?
Yeah, I was
And
right.
this is another reason, on top of not having a lot of extra time to play games, why I'm very selective on the games that I play. Because if
There's
I'm spending $60 or $70 on a game, it better be worth my freaking money.
yeah. Yeah, well, and Silver pays more taxes than I do because we live in different provinces. So he lives in I live in the lowest taxed province. He lives in one of the higher tax provinces, actually. My
Silver lives in the snooty part of town.
No, he just lives in not a great province.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to use a reason to use the word snooty.
See, my husband played Resident Evil 7 and he didn't mind it. I watched the story of it again. I won't pick up the game. That's a personal thing because I can't play Resident Evil games. I live in the poorest part of town, lol. I'm not far from you.
Here's the thing, Ray. I mean, not Ray. Silver. You just need to act like you're better than everybody else. Like, my shit doesn't stink. Pip pip shitty-o.
As he watches a guy run naked past his window again.
Right. Look at that! Look at that guy just running around, letting his stuff flop about. What a ridiculous buffoon!
Yeah, I know Ontario has one of the higher taxes too. Again, I love the fact that I live in Alberta. Alberta doesn't have a provincial tax. We only have government tax, which is 5%.
I don't know. I just feel like Silver should be. I feel like Silver should be a British person in Canada. It'd make for a fun story.
Don't ask questions, Raven.
Yeah, we're just rolling with it. He wasn't naked. He was shirtless, but yes. Same thing.
I swear you said he was naked.
It was probably just wearing a Speedo and it disgusted Silver. He's like,
Wait. King of Canadian Hill. Do you you play only HST, not PST? Because HST was harmony tax. It's supposed to be provincial and government together. Well, PST and GST were separate. And I remember when BC got HST, they fought back. They got rid of it. Because there was more... They had taken more exclusions off of... when it came to AHT. So there's a lot of stuff you don't have to pay PST on in BC. Like, food that you didn't have to make, like food, like raw food was excluded, kids' clothes was excluded, school supplies was excluded. Yeah, they put them together. And yeah, BC fought against it while Ontario and Quebec were so used to it. Well, because I remember when it happened in BC and how everyone was so mad about HST, because everything became more expensive, and it's already expensive in BC.
Right, Raven? That's just that paying taxes, making you someone pay taxes on food should legitimately be illegal no matter where you go.
So you pay GST on everything, which is only 5%. If it was something that someone made, like you bought a pizza, you paid PST on. But if you grabbed all the ingredients and made it yourself, you only paid GST on it. Well, HST, you paid the whole thing. There was like because the government tax was in it, there was very few exclusions left.
Why 9.85% sales tax? Seriously, if we're gonna do that, just freaking round it up to 10%, you lazy bastards.
BC, so BC's is 7. Their sales tax was 7, but you also had to pay the GST, which was 5. So it was 13%.
You know why 9.85%? Because they're like, we're not charging. It's not 10%, so it's not that bad, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. The same reason why something's $9.99. You round it to 9, not 10. And I think it's, I'm trying to remember the state below Washington. I can't remember what the state name is anymore. They don't have sales tax there at all. I think you just pay government. I'm okay with some tax. I don't know. I pay GST. That's all I pay. So I don't have to think about it. Oregon. That's it. Yep. Hair Razor. Thank you.
What's up, Hair Raising Narratives? Everybody, if you guys haven't checked out Hair Raising Narratives, you all should. He's pretty awesome. But he has coffee. He has skeletons drinking coffee on couches for you to watch when you're listening to his videos.
Silver
Definitely.
has 15 sales tax.
Holy balls!
Silver, do you pay HST or PST? Because that means his provincial tax is 10. Because GST is 5. That's a whole, every province pays 5. That means his province is 10. Fuck, holy moly. Remind me not to go to Nova Scotia.
Right? Jesus Christ.
I complained about 12. That was 7. I hit things.
Sounds like they're just trying to milk Silver dry.
Pretty much from what he's told me. He lives in basically the worst province.
Silver, you need to move, bro.
I keep hearing HST and PST, and all I keep thinking is Hawaiian Standard Time and Pacific Standard Time, and it confuses me.
All I keep thinking is, when are they going to start talking about? When are they going to start talking in freedom units, Raven? I've honestly this whole time been waiting for Raven to be like, and what's that in freedom units?
King of Canadian Hill, you have HST, because you have them together. You have Harmony Standard Tax.
So you're Hawaiian.
You're Hawaiian.
Do you like pineapple on your pizza?
That's also a Canadian thing.
The Hawaiians invented it, damn it.
Hold on. Now I must know these things.
What's up, Rando? You are late. Your brother was here before you.
Hey, Rando.
You're a disappointment.
It's all good. He works today, so. You know.
I know. I'm just giving Hey, if I'm not mean to Rando, he's going to start questioning my love for him. So you're a disappointment, son. No. Good morning, dude. Hope you're having a good day.
Oh, they have HST. Ooh, I'm so sorry. Oh, they have the Harmony tax there. which means they've got
Raven's like
barely any exclusives.
HST and PST, your Canadian concepts. Here in Freedom World, we have state sales tax.
Yes, it would be SST. Because it's
Here-
provincial standard tax, government standard tax, and harmony standard tax. That's what those stand for. So yes, they're the same thing.
All right. Here in Freedom World, we have state sales
And we
tax.
probably have territory standard tax, though I don't know if they pay or not, because I don't really know anyone who really lives in the territories. Those are the ones that are really north. Yeah, it seems like the east kept HST, and then the west, where I live, went, no, we want our PST back, bitch, because we don't want to have to pay as much as we are.
Like, yeah. You're crazy. We're just gonna go do this. Bye.
10%. 10
Crazy.
gosh darn percent for provincial tax. That's a lot of money.
Right?
It looks like that pays for their health care, though. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly how it works either.
Pennsylvania, I had to look it up because I knew it went up recently and I didn't remember what it went up to. 6% is what we pay for our sales tax rate.
And do you guys pay government tax on top of that?
I don't know. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know.
Well, again, Silver, so all those include the 5%. We all pay the 5%. But yes, we don't have a provincial tax here because we got the oil. That's legit why. That's where all the oil is in Alberta. You Canadians, your health care. We in America just die like real men.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I know that state taxes really depend on the state. And just like they do with provincial taxes. Everyone pays different. 10's the most I've ever heard. 7 I thought was a lot.
So I was listening to one of my videos, and it's a political video, so I won't get into what I'm talking about. But they brought up somebody brought up U.S. is crappy healthcare, and the person disagreed. And I'm like, this person rambled on about a lot of stuff, and I disagreed with it all, except for the fact that our healthcare sucks. That was my whole takeaway.
Silver threads. America is so brave. I wish my healthcare was too expensive for me to afford.
Right? So it's like, you need to go to the doctor, and I was just like, with what freaking money? Because I don't have that. I don't have that kind of money.
Yeah. No, we.
They're like, you have health. They're like, you have health insurance, right? I'm like, yeah, but my health insurance requires me to pay $3,000 before I can before my health insurance will pay anything for my doctor. That means I got to drop $3,000, which I don't have, for my insurance company to pay money that I also still don't have.
Yeah.
Monday I gotta go call my eye doctor and see how decent their vision insurance is, so I can at least get glasses so I don't go blind. You know.
Yeah, well, I just went and got my eyes checked, and I paid $31 for it, which I can still get back.
My glasses, well, I recently had my eyes checked less than a year ago, but I got new. I had never gotten around to getting my glasses because my prescription changed a little bit, but my eyes got better. So these glasses are still crystal clear, so it's not like it's a huge change. But I am currently rocking duct tape on one of the one of the earpieces because the freaking earpiece fell off, and I was like, I can buy a new one or I can just duct tape this. And then so I duct taped it, and I'm like, I probably should get new glasses considering part of the new make is duct tape.
Well, I mean, there's those online sites that are like dirt cheap. I can
Yeah,
get a
I would just have to get my prescription, which I could get from calling my
yes.
eye doctor.
Yes, they literally have to give you a prescription. They know most people go now to online. Like, I told them flat out I was buying my glasses online. They're trying to sell me, like, oh yeah, well, we have this new technology, blah, blah. I'm like, and with your stigmatisms, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I'm not paying. Like, I think I have $250 to pay on glasses. You guys are more than $250.
You're good, Raven. Raven's like, I didn't mean to pull political stuff into it. Nah, you're good, dude. We avoided any hot button issues. Healthcare is just healthcare.
Yeah. Also, I personally think our healthcare is pretty darn good. So there's that.
When I moved to Canada, apparently I can't say Canada. It's Canada now. My brain is still half asleep. When I moved to Canada, I actually had to stop and think how to say it this time. I'm gonna enjoy that free healthcare.
Depends which province you move to. Like
I'm moving in with you. Remember, we've already discussed this.
Well, then you're fine. I don't pay anything out of pocket. It's all completely covered with my working. So it's really nice. Well, BC, you paid
Canada.
You paid out of pocket on top of everything else. It was so stupid.
You know, Raven, you say that like it's a bad thing, but there's no windows in the basement, and therefore the sun would never keep me awake.
Yeah, actually, all the windows that were in the basement are boarded up.
So I'm completely okay with that.
Canada.
Canada. New walking meme. It's not Canada anymore. It's Canada. We gave your country a fun new name. Now you need to come up with something for the United States of America. I got nothing nice to say.
Yeah, I had the same problem. I have a lot of people that I love that live in America. I don't love America though. And especially with how things are going recently, I'm like, I am so happy.
United States
didn't move to the States.
United States, the one thing we're good at is not helping the people that live here.
Not helping the poor.
I'd say that should be their new catchphrase, but I don't feel like it would make them look good, and then they would have a problem with that.
Our healthcare is good if you don't actually have any serious illness. Mental health is practically non-existent. Getting designated as disabled is very difficult unless you have your leg cut off. Maybe
I'll just cut my leg off. Problem solved.
Even then, they'll be like, just walk it off.
Just walk it off. Rub some dirt on it. You'll be fine.
I don't know. I've never had any problems with our medical care. Yes, the mental health part does need to get redone, but with me, I can go private, which I have. But yeah, the free stuff is a pain in the arse to get your hands on. So they need to fix that part. As the Raven James, here is my thoughts, then I'll shut up. The U.S. is a good idea. We have good people. Some people want to move forward and succeed, and then there are those who prefer to be held back. Yes. Oh, they're also talking, I don't know if anyone's heard about this. This is in Canada, but they're talking about this bill called the C-10. It's supposed to make it so companies who are using Canadian artists are supposed to start paying their fair share. But they used to have an exception for people like us who are working on YouTube to be excluded from this. and they took that out. I gotta do a little more research on the C10, but it basically, they would have the rights to remove things, from what I've gathered. I need to look it up on actually what it is. It's bad if this gets...
It's over. I think America is just mad they can't charge more for healthcare. Dude, they charge more for healthcare. Not even the doctors going to be able to afford their own afford their own healthcare. They'd be like, "I'm sick. I can't afford myself. I can't diagnose what's going on with me." Regards to the C10 bill in Canada, only in 42's chat. You still there, 42?
Yeah, Greek gogs to C10 bill in Canadian chat, only 42. Yeah, well, you know, I'm weird, okay? But this is something important, that if they are going to mess with things, that's going to affect Canadians, and if one country gets away with it, other countries are going to try to do it. So
King of Canadian Hill, I'm here, so, you know, chaos reigns supreme. Just because I'm half asleep does not mean I can't still bring the chaos.
Very true. I was just reading into it a little more. I need to actually
We am smart people. I agree, Raven. We am smart people.
SMRT.
S-M-A-R-T.
I mean, S-M-A-R-T. But yeah. Yeah, so yeah. No, I'm weird. I talk about a lot of weird stuff, but I only recently found out about it. I need to do a little more digging on it. And I don't know. The more people that know about it is not a bad thing, because we need to... If it is what I think it is, it's not going to be good.
Here in PA, you just gotta file a whole different set of tax brackets, and you make money off YouTube, and you're self-employed, and it's just it's a pain in the ass. You can ask Raven. Somebody was explaining it to me, and I'm like, that hurt my brain.
Luckily, I live in Canada, and their tax isn't as bad. My mom, who is an accountant, hates American taxing. She doesn't mind doing Canadian taxes, but when my husband moved here and she had to do the tax, she's like, "Oh, I will do it this one time."
Raven, you should play that puzzle game that you started playing on the one stream. That game was fun. I liked that game.
Yeah, I mean, was that the major puzzle game where, the whole thing was puzzles?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to play
like
that, but
game.
I'm not very good at puzzles, so.
I love puzzles to the point where I will obsess over a puzzle if I can't solve it. I believe that was the name, Raven, yes. The one where you were solving puzzles the entire time. It was very enjoyable because I like puzzles. But I think I told you there was one day where before I had to go to work. I had 2 or 3 hours to kill, and I loaded up a game, and I went into this little area, and there was a medium level puzzle that I had to play. That had to get out of there. It took me 3 hours to beat it. And then, by the time I looked up at the clock and realized it was time for me to leave work, I somehow, in what felt like 15 minutes to me, killed 3 hours trying to solve a puzzle.
Maybe before you put a puzzle game on, you should make sure that you have an alarm.
Yeah, I could have been late for work had I not looked at the clock and said, "Oh, I just solved this puzzle and I got to leave for work." Cool. Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Also, where the hell did 3 hours go?
Into that puzzle.
Right?
That's exactly where it went. Duh. I can't remember. I don't know what King of Canadian Hill is referring to. You're not 42, but very informative.
What's going on?
Well, King of Canadian Hill said, you're not 42, but you're very informative, and I don't know exactly what he was referring to there.
Not sure either.
Because I've got a great memory, but it's very short.
I think most of the people in this chat can sympathize with Stormy when he says he has the memory of a goldfish.
Well, he says he has a memory of a Stormy now. Because goldfish
Yeah.
don't have a terrible memory, actually. Though I have orphaned his poor goldfish a few times.
He says you're not weird. We're all weird, King. We're all weird.
Ah.
Weird. Being weird is in my book is a good thing, because if you're normal, you're just boring.
Silver, I think he means you're not smart, but you are informative, ass. I'll remember that.
Silver, are you just projecting your own inadequacies once more?
No, maybe. Shut up. Put in the weird word when you said weird. Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense. No, I get it now. Very.
I managed to say inadequacies without a problem, but I couldn't say candidate earlier.
I know, there's some words that's just like, sure, I can say this very complicated word, but I can't say the stupid simple one.
Canada! Canada now has to be in the shape of a banana.
No. It's the shape of a
No.
Canada. We have a very weird shaped country. Mainly because we got a bunch of ice caps. Yeah, I gotta make sure that I look up what this Bill C-10 is. Yes. I don't need other people to call you stupid for me. I can do that all by myself. LOL. Jerk. I'll remember this. I know where you live. Kind of.
Silver. That's like calling that's like the pot calling the kettle black there, my friend.
My pot's blue. My cup's also white. Blue's my favorite color. Of course my kettle's blue. Actually, my kettle's like clear. It's made out of glass.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. We have one of those electric ones. It's really nice. I really like that one. I'm weird. I like know so much about different things. I really like gods, so I know a lot about Greek gods and stuff.
Yeah, I used to. Whenever I was in high school, my teacher was like, I need you to write a paper," and I'm like, "What paper?" And she's like, "I don't care," and I was like, "Okay," and it was always something to do with Greek mythology, always, unless she gave me a topic and I couldn't find a way to throw a Greek god in there. I would just do different stories about gods.
Sorry, Misery was Silver saying.
What's that?
PA. That's like the pot calling the kettle black. 242. My kettle is blue. My favorite interaction of the day. Actually, my pot is blue, is what I say. My kettle's clear. My kettle is white. Boar white. Oh, no. My dog is on the bed, lying there. We had a windy night last night, so she was all like in our faces again. She's getting better though, because it's been more steady that the wind's been getting bad, so she's starting to kind of get used to it, which is good.
Yeah.
Lulu, go get Dad. Go get him. Go get best friend. Where's best friend, Lulu?
One of my friends, he knew somebody who had a dog who was scared of like wind and thunderstorms. So the one day he was like, "You know what?" And he stuck the dog out when it was very windy and wouldn't let it come back in. And he's like, "It's gonna teach the dog that it can't get hurt." And then the dog never liked him again, and I was just like, you know what? You've
Yeah.
earned that. You've
No.
earned that.
You just broke your dog's trust. Your dog's scared and terrified. And now you put it in a situation where it didn't have you to help comfort it. And now you have ruined your trust with your dog.
I'm like, you know what? It would have been okay. I wouldn't have had as much problem with that if you would have like walked outside with the dog and be like,
Yes.
it's not gonna hurt you, homie. See,
Yeah.
kind of.
So
Just
you
win.
can calm it and like, see, you're fine. Everything's okay. Because, okay, I'm going to go put you next to Heights and make you just stand there and stare at it over and over again, all by yourself.
I'm gonna put you on on a bungee cable, kick you off a cliff, and just let you hang there for about 4 hours. See how you like it.
Yes, and that's the other thing, yeah. The dog, well, dogs are fairly smart, but yeah, it's only going to connect that the human doesn't love them anymore. They put them in a situation where they didn't have a person or someone to calm them. They're pack animals too, so by themselves is even really bad for them too. So it was a double whammy. So yeah, the guy completely messed that up. He should have went
Yep.
outside, pet his dog, like, see, you're okay. And that's what I tell my dog whenever she's freaking out. Yes, I do have a dog. I have a Lulu.
Yeah, she has a Lulu. I unfortunately don't have any pets. I wish I did. But there's my stepbrother who is here a lot, has a black lab, so it's here a lot. So it's almost like I have a pet again, which is nice. I like the doggos.
Yeah, all they know is you put them outside, then they were scared, and you refused to help. That's what they're going to remember. They're not going to remember, oh, I didn't get hurt. It's going to be, human put me outside, best friend hurt me. I don't trust best friend anymore. And to gain back that trust is very hard once you lose it with an animal. But yeah, no, I would never, like, Lulu was freaking out last night. Hello, alternative night. And so we put her, like, we pushed her further on the bed. We're like, you're okay. Everything's okay. We pet her, and she started relaxing and calming down. It wasn't a terrible windstorm, so it helped. But, yeah, no, like, my dog, when we got her a little bit young. So she's got a few anxiety problems. And
yeah.
we Speaking of dogs, she's back in the room. Hi, Lulu, come here. Come. So we knew that when we were going to get her, that she was going to have some problems, but I wouldn't give her up for anything. Come here. Come here. Come, Lulu. Nope, she wants to lie on the bed.
But yeah,
So,
big dog. So big dogs love me and little dogs hate me. I mean, yeah, yep, that's what I wanted to say. Big dogs love me, little dogs hate me. It's hilarious.
little dogs don't really seem to like very many people. And it also depends on the breed. Every dog's a bit different. Found out it's either Huskies or German Shepherds, which my dog's half and half. We're pretty sure, or at least a quarter of one. One will cling themselves onto one specific person, and that's their person basically, and I think that's the Husky side of her. She's more clingy to my husband more than anyone else. But at the same time, like right now, my husband just took her out of the bedroom and she came back in. So she's clinging to me today. Come here.
Yeah. Come. See, it's funny because I can walk up to dogs that are like, the owner's like, it's not friendly, and then it'll just walk over to me, nudge my hand, and want me to pet it, and they're like, that's not how this dog normally acts. I'm like, it's just me. It's fine.
This is how it is.
Dogs love me. It's like they know that I'm, not going to hurt them immediately. But my sister has a Chihuahua, and generally I've had horrible horrible luck with Chihuahuas. Every time there's somebody in my family owns a stupid Chihuahua, they try to eat my face. This dog has formed an attachment to me and loves me, and I'm just like, I don't hate you because you like me, but if you didn't like me, I didn't like, you can stay far, far away from me. Right? I am a god. I am a god of animals, because animals love me.
I wish I could say the same, but no, animals don't just come up to me as easily. But I do love animals.
It's also funny because we were at the beach and my brother-in-law got attacked by birds, and the birds tried, but I just walked by him. The birds just left me. I'm just like, what is this? They stole shit on my car though, which is annoying.
Of course they do.
I wish I could control that.
I was watching that meme thing I was talking about, and I watched one guy, he had a piece of bread in his mouth, and he's like, got his mouth up in the air waiting for these birds to come take it out. They pooped on his face instead.
Also, my brother-in-law got crapped on by birds, like right on his top of his head where he's bald.
Oh, gross.
I don't feel sympathy.
Apparently you don't
The
like
birds, Silver, the birds. No, I just find it hilarious. If it would have happened to anyone, I would have found it hilarious.
Silver, who's shitting on PA's car? I'm in.
Silver, you shit on my car, I'm gonna shove a firecracker in your ass, alright?
Only Raven's allowed to shit on his car.
I'm waiting for Raven to come in with, yeah, no.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't. That's why he's allowed.
That's just what I'm waiting. That's just what I'm waiting for. Raven to come in with, yeah, no. I was just, you know who hasn't been here yet is Patience, but then I remember Raven said she is.
Yeah, there he is. Yeah, no. Patience is working today.
See, I knew it was coming.
We know the Raven too well.
The Burb Man.
Problem is, he's not the only bird man. We have quite a few bird now. And we have one to call Mr. Bird, so...
No. See, he's called Mr. Bird. I call Raven Burb with a U. B-U-R-B. He's a burb.
I only said it because you said you wanted me to say it. Fair point.
We know you were thinking it though, Raven. Come on. The second she said you were able to shit on my car, your first thought was, yeah, no.
I mean, at least Silver only wants to shit on your car. He wants to steal Raven's car, so... Yeah,
that is true. Will he also shit on that car too once he steals it? That's the question.
I don't know. I'm surprised he doesn't try to steal my car. He'd have an...
Right?
No, actually, you guys both live closer to him than I do. So...
Wait. Really?
Yeah, he lives on the East Coast. I live on the West. Not the West Coast, but I live, like, we're pretty much on the West. You are closer to him than me. That's why.
That's funny.
He's actually a time zone ahead of you.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yes.
That's true. Which is weird.
Yes, I know. I didn't know there was a time zone ahead of you. Though, at least he doesn't live in the 0.5 time zone. Because Newfoundland has a 0.5. That's right. They're half an hour ahead.
Raven's car is a special collector's item.
Is it because it's Raven's? You're gonna get him to sign it? There might be cabbage in it. You gotta be careful. He was so happy about that 5-pound cabbage. I'm like, okay, it's cabbage. I don't really like cabbage all that much, but...
Cabbage in certain things is delicious.
Yes, actually, I agree. Cabbage and quite a few things are really good. My favorite thing with cabbage is cabbage rolls. Those are so good. Oh my god. Why would there be cabbage in my car?
Assume that's where you store your cabbage, man.
Yes, it is a 5-pound cabbage. Yes, I understand how big that is. Cabbage is in there. Don't listen to him.
How long did it take you to eat all that cabbage there, Raven?
Yeah, how long did it take? You never told us how long it took you to eat the cabbage. Are you still working on the cabbage? I think it's been a month now. I don't think he'd be still.
How long does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? The world may never know. How long does it take to eat a 5-pound thing of cabbage? The world may never know, unless the Birdman tells us.
You may need a trailer for the cabbage then, Raven. Today, I bought a 5-pound cabbage. How Raven really does a face reveal, has a 5-pound cabbage in his hand.
Today, on As the World Turns, As the Raven Dreams buys a 5-pound thing of cabbage. What's he gonna do with it? Find out here. Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Raven. I ate most of it. The core of it, though, didn't make it long enough to be enjoyed. Aw. Oh, take care, Matt. Stay out of trouble. Also, make sure you're at the premiere tomorrow. You jerk.
What premiere?
Tomorrow is
tomorrow, Sunday.
Yeah. Tomorrow's my Sunday premiere. It's Laughin' Jack. So it was his ask.
My brain's like, what's Sunday? Oh yeah, that's right. That's 42's other video.
Yeah, I know. In case anyone doesn't know it, the day videos are changing. There's gonna be one more like that one where I use all those kind of stories, and then they're switching to true, scarier stories. Mainly because I'm not enjoying those kind of stories anymore. They're harder to get your hands on top of that. And they either do really, really good or they don't do very good at all. There's no in between for them.
Knight says, what about a 20-pound cabbage? Knight, if you handed Raven a 20-pound cabbage, you would make his life.
He made the 5-pound cabbage made his life.
He would fall on his knees and cry if you handed him a 20-pound thing of cabbage.
My dog is super dogging right now. Her hands all stretched out in front of her face. Pa pa pa. A 20-pound cabbage would be too large. I would have to give a lot of it away. You could always freeze it. Slice it up, freeze it.
That's where Raven just hosts a large dinner party, and all that's on the menu is cabbage.
Actually, again, you could make cabbage rolls. You can make borscht, pierogies. Okay, make all cabbage on it. You do not freeze cabbage. I don't know. I said pick in Discord 42. I'm worried.
Right. Where's my picture at, Silver, you jerk?
Is that your actual hand, Silver? And that's also a red cabbage. It's different. Dinner parties require socializing, and no. What if I bought lasagna? If I brought lasagna, would you have a dinner party with me? That's just a picture I found. Okay, I had a feeling. He just sent me a 1-pound picture of red cabbage with hands around it.
You bring the lasagna. I'm gonna bring my homemade chili, and I'm sure we could score an invite.
Excuse me, but if I'm there, it's a party of awkwardness.
About me, Raven, I'll bring you homemade chili and homemade cornbread.
You're gonna hate me. The only cornbread I've ever had, I didn't enjoy. But to be fair, I'm not from the States and I'm not from the South. And you know, if I come, my husband has to come, and I gotta bring the Lulu, and yeah, see, it gets a bigger. Of awkwardness, she says that she's not talking to me. Yes, and yeah, I suppose chili is good. Make it not awkward, lol. Oh, he sent you a picture as well, PA.
Yes, he did. Of a giant middle finger. That's why I laughed.
Fair. Oh, my dog is fast asleep. She sleeps a lot while I'm talking, like, to the point where I think that me putting my videos on when I leave the house have helped her sleep. Because yeah, every time I record, she does this. She'll like curl up in a ball and fall asleep while I'm recording and stuff. So yeah, no, I think my dog just got used to when I'm talking. Oh, that means it's sleep time. Haha, Silver with his burns today. Do you need some aloe vera?
You know, Rando, that is a very true statement. Cornbread is God's gift to man.
If you like corn and bread together. I like corn. Kind of like bread. I don't know. I think it was the texture. Nothing else is like cornbread. So, like, texture-wise. So, I never had it before, so I don't. Oh.
Holy Jesus,
so
criminy, dude.
So fun fact, I upload a 2-hour-long video just now, and YouTube tried to auto-insert 14 ads into the first hour. Yep, that's how YouTube is. I need to start doing that, where I compile my stories together at the end of the month and just put it in one video. Just cut out my outros and my intros. I think I'd be able to do that. And a 0 adds into the second.
God.
Yeah.
And that would oh, there would be some comments on that video, Raven.
Well, the fact that that's a standard, so you know there's someone doing that.
Right.
So yeah, no. LPA, I'm gonna give you the floor for a moment. I gotta use the washroom. I'll be right back.
Alright. Also, Silver can't burn me. Man, that guy is so ineffective he can't even catch a sunburn. So what's everybody been up to? Knight, you got any good videos coming out in the near future? Well, here's the thing. If I did manually click manage mid-roll, would Jesus. Yeah, dude, that's pretty bad, Raven, if you wouldn't have checked that. And 14 ads on the first hour of the video. What time do you get off work, Rando? My darkest secret, Silver, is that I hate you. Oh, nice, dude. Yeah, I saw that you made a second channel. For anybody who doesn't know, Alternative Midnight made a second channel where he's gonna upload like lighter and less darker videos, more fantasy kind of stuff. I'm interested to see what video, the first video he drops on there, because it seemed like an interesting concept. That's not a secret. Everyone knows that. Oh, hey, what's up, T? Welcome, dude. Yeah, I hate waking up early too. I made a concession for 42 because I like her and all, but or I would still be in bed. I don't
Hi.
even flirt with the idea of waking up until after it's noon. Also, welcome back, 42. So while you're going, Silver asked me to tell everybody my darkest secret. So I told everyone that I hated Silver.
That's not a secret.
Yeah, it's what he said. It's not a secret. Everyone knows that.
Last of my tea.
The last of her tea.
Yep.
It's a sad moment. So I'm assuming Raven's drinking coffee. Raven, what's the blend today?
And in what cup?
And what cup? Yes, it's called Enchanted Night. Everybody, if you haven't, do check out Alternative Night, and even maybe check out a second channel, Enchanted Night, for fun, lighthearted stuff.
Yeah. I don't think I'd make a second channel anytime soon, because I mean, I literally made my channel just, hey, I'm gonna read what I want to read. You're gonna listen or not. That's up to you.
Right. That's kind of the mentality of my channel. Hey, I'm gonna read stories that are completely fiction and not any true stuff. Watch or don't. I frankly don't care.
Yeah, that's why it's reads. So instead of horror and stuff, because I don't want to just do scary stuff. Never just want to do scary stuff.
Well, yeah. I do scary stuff, but if I found like a good fantasy story that somebody wrote that I wanted to read, I'd ask to read it because whatever.
Also, I didn't say hi yet, but hi T.
What up, T?
My second channel is super active. Practically has more traffic than my main channel. Spoiler, I'm lying. Yeah, I don't think you've posted anything to Fables in a long time.
I don't even think I knew he had a second channel, and if I did, I completely forgot.
Yeah, he has a second channel. He hasn't posted anything in forever.
I can hear your mouse.
Yeah, well, it's right next to the thing. The last thing he posted was 4 months ago. The little match girl.
This freaking amateur. There once was a man from Peru who dreamed he was eating his shoe. He woke up with a fright in the middle of the night to find that his dream had come true. Thank you, amateur. That was you're a poet, and I didn't even know it.
Okay, hell. Haha. My channel is I like horrors and farts. Watch me make crap videos. Yeah, well, I tried to tell you this before you opened the other channel, Silver.
I had a hard enough time keeping up with the first channel, let alone the second.
Yeah, I had.
Yeah, speaking of second channels, that Raven Investigates really needs to get on investigating something.
Nah, take his time. It's hard. Oh, I did forget to mention also, I am going to be doing a show with Bard starting end of the month. It's gonna be a once a month thing. Me and him we're going to just do we're starting with Cryptides, and I'm thinking we might start doing mythological creatures too, but yeah, we're only doing a 1 month thing, so we were talking, and both me and him were like going off about all this like stuff, and we're like, I'd love to do a podcast or a live chat or whatever you want to call it. I looked over at my dog. She's staring at me.
What day of the week you guys doing this one?
We're gonna do it on Sundays.
Nice. I was gonna say, if I was free, that would be something I would kill to just randomly talk about mythological creatures with people for like an hour. But I work on Sundays. So.
Yeah, and I can't, with how much stuff I already have on Saturdays, there's no way I can fit another thing into Saturdays. So and this is determined by Bard's schedule too. So
yeah, and the only day I have off is Mondays.
Yeah, and
I'm really hoping that my coworker. Well, I'm really hoping my coworker decides if he's transferring or not, because if he's transferring, then I can freaking get my schedule where I work Saturdays and Sundays, and I have off Mondays and Tuesdays, which means we'd have to switch the stream to on Monday or Tuesday. But
yeah,
I would love to have 2 days off in a freaking row and not have to work have off Saturday, work Sunday, and have off Monday. It's just super freaking annoying.
One, Silver, we haven't picked a time yet. We are doing it on the Nevermore Collective.
During Raven.
So I was thinking, because they need it at, I think they do it at 9 Eastern Standard Time. The Grave Matters.
Yeah.
I think it's 7 my time. So I was thinking we probably like start at 5 or 4 my time. So 6 or 7.
Yeah.
And again, like for me, 2 hours is, but I was thinking like an hour and a half being max on that one too, but that way there's enough space in case. But
yeah.
Cause yeah, like this one we're at an hour and a half, so we're almost done for this. Cause 2 hours is my hard like done for me. I can't go on for hours. I can't do live streams for days. I've seen people go on for hours and hours, and I'm like, oh my god, how do you do that?
Right? Yeah. It's just like after like the first hour, you're like, all right, this is going good, and then after you get to the second hour, you're like, all right, I think I'm done now.
Well, with Miss Creepy Tales, we went almost for 3 hours, but truth be told, she did a lot of the talking, so. Not gonna lie, Miss Creepy Tales did a ton of talking in that one.
Nice. Yeah. That sounds interesting. I would definitely enjoy listening to you guys talk mythological creatures.
So the idea behind it is one of us does most of the research and then talks to the other one, telling them the story about the creature. And then we have discussions with people in the chat and stuff about it too. That was our idea. Because I listened to a podcast called Crime Junkies, and that's what they do, is one of them tells the story to the other person, and the other person like elaborates. It's definitely scripted, like what they're talking about, I'm pretty sure. But I think it's a very well done. This will not be scripted. He'll probably have I'm hoping he'll have a little bit of a script of what he wants to talk about, and then we'll just figure it out. Our first one's gonna be about Mothman. That's what he wants to do. The second one is going to be about Skinwalkers, and that's the one I'm going to talk about. But we're only going to call it that once, and then we're going to refer to it as walkers afterwards, because I know that is part of people's religion, and saying them will draw them to you, so I don't want people like getting them drawn to them, so I'm going to be very careful. But I find walkers very interesting, the mythology behind them and everything. So I really wouldn't mind talking about them and Wendigos, and I find that those are very interesting. I would have the same thing. I would only say them once and then change them to something else too, for same reasons.
So I had my stepbrother ask me if I was ever gonna write a story about Bigfoot, and he's like, but don't do it like the normal, like the Bigfoot like everyone does. Like try to change it up. And I'm just thinking, it's Bigfoot. There's not much you can do to change it up.
Yeah, we don't. They're very rare. Have a good day, Rando.
Later, brother.
I'm talking about podcasts and being live. Yes. No. It I could not do unless I was compiling videos together, doing a 2-hour video. I did that one time. I did a 2-hour video, and that took me a whole week, and I barely did the audio for it.
Right. I'll be right back. I'm gonna use the restroom myself.
Sounds good. So, what you guys are up to? Ask me a question and I will answer it. Maybe. Possibly. I will try. I don't know. See, this is why I'm not by myself, because I don't know what to talk about. It's too difficult for me. I don't know how Raven does this. Talking to himself. Though, I mean, he does have patience in the background, laughing and giggling, which probably does help. You know what my favorite color is, Silver. It's blue. Of course. Your shifts are from Monday to Saturdays? That friggin' sucks. I like seeing you talk to yourself. It's not very good. I'm not, well, every video I'm talking to myself. You spelt color wrong. It's gotta have a U, King. Favorite podcast would have to be Crime Junkies. No, purple is not my favorite color. It's actually blue, weirdly enough. I use purple so much because one character's is blue is their color, and the other is red, so together they're purple. I like purple, but blue has always been my favorite color. Always. I try to keep with themes, so I like themes. And I'm very sure what my favorite color is.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back. They just asked me what my favorite color was in my favorite podcast.
Nice.
Blue.
Yeah. I heard blue and I heard Crime Junkies as I came back. Hey, Patience is here.
Yay, Patience. Patience can laugh for me too. I'm okay with that idea. I guess you're on break, Patience. Oh, no. So apparently while I'm streaming, my dog refuses. My dog refuses to be out of the room, apparently.
So, this is Lulu. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, nothing? Okay, bye. Hey, what are you doing? Streaming? I'm gonna be all up in your shit now.
Yeah. That's pretty much what's happened. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of purple. Again, it's because of the theme that I went with. 2s is blue, 42s is red, so together they're purple. So whenever 2 42s are on, it's purple. That's the truth.
So it's a combination of colors. Turning.
Yes.
If you add blue and red together, you make purple.
Yes. It's totally how that happened. It was an accidental thing where I went 2 42s would be purple because I like purple. These ask you if your favorite color is brown, dark brown.
No, my favorite color is not dark brown. My favorite color is actually blue, but a very specific color of blue. I like the ice blue, and I also really like emerald green. But as of late, maroon has become one of my favorite colors, which is a weird color, and burgundy or burnt orange. So I've been wearing a lot of those colors recently.
Trying out some different colors.
Well, I found out that burnt orange, and like maroon look really good on me, so I just started acquiring more clothing, and now I have enough clothing where I can literally do laundry once a month if I so do choose, and I never run out of clean laundry.
Jesus.
Right?
I have to do my laundry once a week. And I'm happy I have enough clothes for once a week. I had to go buy more pants so I could be like that. I had, in
But
a week, I had 2 pairs of pants split on me.
jeez.
Yeah, and I was
Well,
down
actually,
to 3.
during the summer, I'm gonna have a lot less laundry because I can't my long sleeve and my jeans will be taken out of the equation, which will severely reduce my wardrobe because during the winter I wear either long sleeve or short sleeve shirt. It doesn't matter, but during the summer I put my stuff away because I hate the heat.
I wear short sleeves all year round. I can't, because I've got longer arms, long sleeves don't fit me, ever. I've never had a long sleeve that actually, like, went all the way to my wrists. It's always been quite a bit further back. So I gave up on long sleeves a very long time ago. I can find coats and sweaters and stuff, but no long sleeve shirts that fit. It's weird.
Yeah, that is kind of weird. Uh, I have a similar issue, but I have it with the length of the shirt and not the arms because I'm shorter. So like, if I don't buy, if like it's either the shirt's a little too short for me, or it's just overly long.
No in between.
No in between. It's either too short or too long. And I'm like, oh well, I'd rather it be too long than too short.
Yeah, same. For me, it's the exact same thing, actually. It's either way too short. Like, I've got a few work shirts that are too short, but I've given up so long ago. And pants. I have pants that, like, they're too short, and I gave up a long time ago. If they fit in the waist, I don't care anymore. I've had a few people go, like, oh, I can see your socks. Well, I'm like, yeah, well, at least they fit in some way.
Right?
I'm so tall. Like, I can't even try pants on right now. So it's like, these fit. I can't try pants on at work at the stores right now. So I gotta get them home. They fit in the waist. And if they don't fit, I gotta drive all the way back and go switch them out. Like, it's not easy right now to get clothes. So I've got like 1 or 2 pairs that kind of are above my ankles, and I don't care. If anyone says anything, I'm like, with everything going on right now, I'm happy these just fit in the hip right now.
Right. I actually don't like jeans, so I've taken to wearing like workout pants to work, and I'm just like, but I'll wear shorts because it's not like that where they constrict the waist, but it's like my legs. I don't like feeling that like fabric like right up against my leg and or like anywhere near my leg. I just don't like having fabric covering my legs, so I don't wear jeans, but I'll wear shorts all day. I will wear like normal shorts all as often as I can get away with it. Which is why the second it starts to warm up at all, I go back to shorts.
And see, I wear pants even in the summer.
It could be like 60 degrees, and I'm like, hey, like I'm wearing shorts, and that's during the day. So like during the night, it's gonna drop down to like 55 or 50, and I know it's gonna be chilly out. I'm like, you know what? I'm still wearing shorts. Only problem with this now is my client likes to keep his house the temperature of an ice box, and my legs get cold.
What you need to do is make sure you have a blanket.
I do, and even then, it's still like it doesn't help as much as it should. But then, for some reason, like if I manage to keep my legs warm, my hands become ice cubes. Like I don't know if I just have bad like blood circulation in my hands or what, but it's like, man, I'll get to the point where I'm like, can we shut the air condition off? He's like, are you getting cold? I'm like, well, my hands are like ice cubes. The rest of me is okay.
Because
But this is making it really difficult to rate or anything like that.
Yeah, no, the your hands are one of the first things your body stops saying circulation to, because it's not needed as much as your core is.
Yeah. So apparently, so I just got a notification from Twitter, so I opened it up and it says, I'm gonna, it's idiotic synergy. He's like, I'm gonna start an OnlyFans for my Warhammer collection. I'm just like, that's great.
Well, I mean, apparently him and Bard like talk about Warhammer all the time. So
Yeah,
I liked Warhammer, but I never fully got into it, and it's expensive.
Oh, also, man, Silver got a really just ignorant message on his last video. So he says these stories are gay. And Silver comes back with, oh god, what was Silver's response? Because that was golden. I'll look it up now.
Silver comes up with his answer before you do.
I never got their sexual orientation, but I love them no matter what. Freaking Silver with the Silver. You know what? I give you a lot of crap, but you got the witty comebacks, man, and I appreciate you for it.
Yeah, I've never gotten the whole like that's gay thing. It's like what?
Also, my reply would have been like, yes, they are awfully happy, because if you look in the dictionary, one of the definitions is somebody who is merry are joyful.
Yes.
So yes, I'm sure they were happy.
I don't know, it was a horror story.
Yeah. I get cold/numb hands, but my issue is carpal tunnel. Oh God, Raven, carpal tunnel. I'm sorry, man. That can't be.
Well, I mean,
pleasant.
He works on a computer all the time and did before all this too. So fair.
That is truth. Truth. Oh, so tonight, if I, the traffic by my house stops going vroom, 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 or in case of tractor trailer, I can actually record. But if not, I'm gonna have to record I'm gonna have to record my video Sunday for Monday, Sunday night. Make the video, get the thumbnail, and then render it to YouTube all in one night, which is not the first time I would have had to do that. So
You got your story all picked out?
What's that?
You got your story all picked out?
I have the story already done. It's actually one from Dark Horse Tales. He sent it to me. He's like, I have a story that I want you to read. I always like it when people come to me and say, I have a story I want you to read. It makes me feel pretty good about myself.
Yeah, you still have to read a couple lines for me too.
Yeah,
but I gotta work on that.
I can do that before I start that, because that won't take me too long.
No, that's fair. I don't understand the mentality behind hate comments. They don't accomplish anything, really.
You just be like, so that implied that guy listened to that video the whole way through, and I'm like, I thank you for your comment and the watch time. That's always greatly appreciated.
Well, also the interaction.
Yeah.
Commenting is interaction. It makes YouTube want to share Silver stories more. Even a thumbs down is interaction. It helps. It's weird.
Silly people and thinking you're ruining my day. I'm just gonna go with thanks for the interaction and the watch time. Bye.
And the funny thing is, YouTube's actually going to take the number next to the thumbs down away.
That makes me sad, because I like to see how many haters I have. Because
you can see it on your side. I guarantee on our side we'll still be able to see it, but the average person won't be able to anymore. which is fair, because a lot of people just hit thumbs down to be trolling. Like, it's not a real thumbs down. Now, some videos, yes, I think the thumbs down gets to a certain point that they should show that, but he didn't even dislike the video, so he must have still liked it. Or he didn't hit anything.
Probably was like, he was probably mad that he liked it.
Fair.
He's like, how dare him make content that I like?
It's against
I'm
the
gonna
rules.
give him a hate comment.
Maybe he likes gay stories. Maybe.
Right.
Maybe he likes happy, joyful stories. We all like happy, joyful stories.
They're so... I like to skip merrily.
I guess I want to go back to bed. Too bad I can't. I gotta go grocery shopping.
Right. I actually have to go get a few things myself. And then if I went back to sleep right now after this, I would be like, well, I'm not sleeping at all for work tomorrow, so this is gonna make work extra swell.
Yeah, that's the other problem.
And I only use words like swell when I'm trying to convey extra sarcasm. I think it's an effective tool.
It really is, actually. Ain't that swell?
Right. Well, that's just neat.
Yeah, I was in the washroom. I was like, we're out of toilet paper, and or almost out of milk. So I'm like, if I gotta get one thing, I might as well get both.
Oh,
How can
no.
you all be tired and I'm not? I don't know, Alternative Night. Maybe you should go to bed, because you live in the UK, if I remember correctly. So it's pretty late there. I'm not sure what. Does Alternative Night live in Australia? Yes, that's right. Alternative Night does live in Australia. I think I was thinking of, oh, I can't remember his name right now. It starts with an A. He lives in the UK. Yeah, Alternative Night, it's gonna be like, what, almost midnight there? If I'm doing my math right, I think. Because it would be 11, yeah, it's gotta be at least midnight in Australia right now. Well, I'm sorry, Alternative Night. I have a terrible, great memory, okay? The stuff that I remember is just so stupid. YouTube Rewind, the most disliked video ever.
It can be 10:53, 11:53, 1:23, 2:53, or 1:53. So it can be multiple different times.
It's 2 a.m. there.
Ah.
Alternative Night is 100 hours ahead of us all. 2 a.m. So that would make it 6, 10, 11, 12. Wow. 5 hours ahead, plus the opposite. Well, actually,
yeah.
No, because it's a.m. So, going backwards. I'm going backwards. Though, I do have to... Some people, including other Australians, think I sound British, lol. Well, I mean, the Australian accent originally was British. I mean, I can't say anything about my accent because we weren't just British here in any way, shape, or form, so. See, I can't add another 12 hours. You were like 12 plus 5, so you're 17 hours ahead of me. That seems wrong in my head. That someone is 17 hours ahead of me.
That's like a lot. That's a lot of time.
Yeah, or 7 hours ahead. Yeah, that works too. Jeez, that's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, Knight, I remembered you lived in Australia. It's fine, man. One of us did.
Yes, somehow, Alternative Night, we are in the same Commonwealth. Somehow.
Magic.
Yes. Think Australia, Canada, maybe New Zealand. And I think there's one other country that's still in the quotes the Commonwealth.
It's only contagious if you have empathy. Therefore, it's not contagious for me. That's one of the myths about yawning. If somebody yawns and you yawn, it's because you're empathetic.
No, it's not true though. It's just your brain goes, oh, maybe we're tired.
Yeah, no, that's why I said it's one of the theories. It's just a fun thing to poke fun at. It's like, I'm not empathetic because I don't yawn when y'all yawn. I win.
New Zealand is included as well. Yeah, it's funny. Britain took over the whole world, and now we're still dealing with all the aftermath. I mean, they couldn't keep one of us under wraps, and look how that turned out.
You go and you do this stuff, and then you can't even keep it in order. What? Shame on you.
I mean, they had these 13 nice colonies. They were doing great. Then they had a war and demanded that they pay taxes to pay back for this war. But nope, they decided that we're going to go to war against you instead, and we're going to be our own country with blackjack and hookers.
Yeah, without the blackjack.
You got the blackjack and you got the hookers, so I mean...
We're going to do what we want because we can. Okay, have fun. Bye.
Truth be told, if it wasn't for the French, and I think actually the Spanish too, you guys wouldn't have won your war. You would have been stuck.
We would have won. We would have just dropped some bombs on it.
You didn't. No, not during the First World. Not during your revolution. You didn't have anything.
We would have dropped some bombs on it. We would have made something. But we're in danger. Make something that goes kaboom.
It's ironic that Great Britain is called Great Britain. We do what we want because we can, is the catchphrase of Absure Science from Portal. Yep. I also have on a t-shirt his thing about lemons. Life giving you lemons. That whole phrase is on the back of one of my t-shirts that I own. My favorite thing is, does life know who I am? I want to speak to life's manager. I'm like... I also love the fact that is Jonah from friggin' Spider-Man. That's the voice actor. I know a lot of random things. It took me a while. I was like, wait a minute. I know that voice. I know that voice. Oh my god, they actually got him. That's so cool.
That was like the day I was listening to Mr. Creepypasta's channel, and I'm like, this voice sounds a lot like Bruce Campbell. And I look at him like, holy shit, it's Bruce Campbell.
That would be so cool.
Like, he actually did a video with him. And I'm like, what the hell? That's amazing.
Bruce Campbell's actually a really nice guy from what I've heard. Like, he totally, lives off of his, Evil Dead thing, completely. Though, Army of Darkness is definitely my favorite of the trilogy. I love that. This is my boomstick!
Right. But then, on top of that, he had that show he was in that show that was on USA called Burn Notice, and his character on there was amazing.
I haven't seen that one actually, but I don't watch a lot of TV anymore. Bruce Campbell is a mad lad. Ash vs. Evil Dead was the best show. Yeah, it really was, actually. That was a really good show. I think that he said that was the last time he's ever playing Ash, though. He's done with the character. I don't know. So this was a Canadian show, but I'm pretty sure a lot of Americans watched it. Reboot. Anyways, it was a little animated show about inside a computer, and there was this guy named Bob. And anyways, one of the episodes, so they go into games, and one of the episodes, I didn't know this at the time, was Evil Dead. And I'm half wondering if they got Bruce Campbell to voice Ash in it. Like, I didn't know, yes, King of Canadian Hell, of course you know Reboot. Reboot's Canadian. It was amazing. I loved Reboot. So they had an episode where, yeah, and he says groovy a bunch and all that stuff. But I don't know who voice acted it, that character. I gotta look into it.
That would be pretty awesome if you did it.
I did not enjoy Reboot. Even back then, I thought the CGI was bad, lol. Actually, the CGI was pretty damn good for back then. That was made in, like, 91, 92. Like, it was a... it was one of the first fully CG'd TV show ever.
What was it?
It's called Reboot. 1994.
Jeez.
Yeah. So yes. No, the CG is not that great. They had to cut corners, but they did an absolute amazing job.
I just remember some bad CG. I was watching this movie on Sci-Fi called Cyclops, and the CG was just so bad that I was in a voice chat with people because I was working third shift and they were keeping me awake, and I was just laughing at this movie like, this CG is so bad it's hilarious. Like at one point the Cyclops was walking through a freaking like a lake, and none of his footsteps were making the water splash or move at all.
Oh, that's bad.
It's so bad. But it was just funny. Sometimes you gotta laugh at the really bad CG because, well, if you don't, it's gonna drive you nuts watching it.
Yeah, that's very true.
Also, Silver, I left a nice little comment on that guy's hate comment for you. Hey, go enjoy. Yeah, I took the time to search that video out, figure out which one it was, and then just leave a comment. My comment was, "Aw, I thought this was a horror story. I had no idea that the people in this story were happy and just skipping through the woods without a care in the world. Thanks for the clarification."
That's right, the voice actor for Megabyte died. My favorite character was what's her name? She was the virus. It was Megabyte, and then there was I can't remember her name right now. Anyways, my favorite line ever from her was, I love children, but I can never eat a whole one. That was a joke. Like, she actually says that because they just look at her horrified. Because she was originally a virus, and she gets healed in the end. And yeah, it's just like, I can't remember her name. It was Megabyte and Hexadecimal. That's it. Hex was always my favorite. Because I loved how crazy she was. She would take her face off and switch it, and then by the end, she actually can move her face.
That's funny. That was like that meme that I sent you last night. No thank, I'm a vegetarian is a fun thing to say when someone tries to hand you their baby. So what show were you just talking about?
It's called Reboot.
You still okay?
That was.
I was wondering if you were still talking about that one or not.
Yeah, no.
The reason Oh, Hair Raising said something apparently. Jurassic Park was a combination of CGI and practical effects.
Yes, that's why
It
it
was.
worked. And I personally think that is the best way of doing it. When it comes to movies, it should be a little bit of both. Use the CGI, so they use the CGI to like cover up a couple of things that the practicals couldn't do. Like there's a scene where they covered it up with the CGI, but that you could see the hand for the puppet for those raptors. You can see the hand, but they used the CGI to cover that all up. And that's why it stood up from 1993. And yes, it was a completely different budget. They had more time to work on it. I mean, there was another show that came out about the same time that was a Spider-Man show, and the CGI on that one's not that great either, but it was still very well done. I don't put it to the standards of nowadays. I put it to the standards of back then. It was in a computer. They were doing something very ambitious. They were able to show that you can make a show and make it work back then. And I personally love the story, and I hope they bring it back one day. Like a real one. Not a lot of that stuff translates anymore, though. Because the net was this brand new thing, and they went onto the net.
God, T's last comment, did you see that?
Mixed vegetables is just a special needs class. Changed my mind.
God.
Apparently CGI is used in almost all movies, even in movies that you wouldn't expect, like dramas and comedies. They use it to hide mistakes and make the environment look better. Yes, they do. No, CGI is in everything now. Because you can now, that take was perfect, but hey, there was that guy standing over there in the way. You can now take that guy out. You can now fix some stuff up. So yes, CGI is in everything, but my problem is when they make the monsters and stuff out of CGI, they're staying up more now. Like, they're looking a lot better. But like the old stuff where it was all pretty much CGI, it has not stand the test of time.
You're telling me that everything I saw in Lord of the Rings wasn't 100% true and they don't exist?
Yes.
No, now I'm sad. My world has lost all meaning.
It's okay, you can still go to Middle Earth, you just have to go to New Zealand. All the sets are still there. They never took them away. It's become a very big tourist attraction.
They left the entire Shire just there. They're like, "Yep, we left you a little village. Have fun."
I don't know if they asked them to leave it or if they just left it. I'm not sure which one happened, but yeah, it's a tourist attraction now.
Look, I go there, I'm never leaving. I'm moving into Bag End, okay?
You're gonna move into the hole, but not a dirty, disgusting hole, a cozy, comfy hole.
Exactly. And anybody that tries to come evict me can fight me, and I'll go medieval on their ass.
It only works if you have hobbit toes. Do you have hobbit toes? With the feet, with the hair over your toes?
Yep. My feet are hairy. I just remember that one line. And foul feet. And he's like, I said what and he didn't even bother to like acknowledge it. The look on his face is like, I said what I said.
Yes, the only one I ever read was The Hobbit, so I never read any of the rest, and I barely watched the movies, so. And I'm surprised you still won't be friends with me.
A fun fact is Tolkien wrote the first line of The Hobbit on a piece of paper from one of his students who turned in like an essay with a blank page. So they didn't bother to finish the assignment. They turned in like their assignment and it had one blank page, and he wrote the first like that there's a hole in the ground, not a dirty filthy hole, he wrote that on the back of there, and he was so happy that the student didn't finish their assignment. He almost gave them like an A because at that point he was just so sick of grading papers.
It's fair, though. I get it. I would totally get that. No way I could be a teacher. Anyways, we probably should call it there. We're at 2 hours. CGI makes the frogs gay. Oh my god. Ugh. Well.
Ribbit.
Thank you all for joining us, and thank you, PA, for joining me. I hope you guys have a good day.
Never going to New Zealand. The spiders are scary.
Yeah. That's Australia.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I knew you were trying to close out, but I saw that. I'm like, all right, we got to read that one before we go because that was funny.
You take care, guys. Bye.
Later, guys.